Welcome, everyone, parents especially, for joining us today for our last Progressing Together meeting. My name is Santa Garcia, parent liaison from GEMS. Today I'm covering for Ms. Floresa. She had a personal matter. Okay, today we're having information on end of the year events. And it's a celebration since it's the last meeting of the year, the school year. We're going to have some games, scavenger hunt, and we're going to play loteria. And we're going to have prizes for all those. We have a gift card for the winner of the loteria and books for the scavenger hunt. We have 5 prizes for the scavenger hunt. Just a reminder to please keep yourself muted. And at the end of the meeting, we will open the mics for questions. And also for the winners of prizes, you can pick them up tomorrow with Ms. Floresa. At this time, we'll introduce Dr. Mesacharis.
Thank you, Ms. Santa. I appreciate your help. And I do have a text message that I received from Ms. Flor this morning that I want to be able to share. She says, please extend my appreciation to our parents. Please let them know on my behalf that I thank them for their support and really appreciate all their help throughout the school year. So it has a little happy face emoji too. So I do want to thank all of you parents for much like Ms. Flor said, we are thankful for your support, your continued attendance to our meetings. This continues to be your space, the area where we try to give you a little bit of information, but also a conversation with myself and my teammates from San Luisario I.S.D. I'm blessed to be on this journey with them. And so we're hoping today we'll have a little bit of fun. Like we heard Ms. Santa Garcia say, we do have some prizes for winners. Let's see how competitive you all get. I learned how to play the loteria online, had not done that before this morning, but like everything else that we've had to do, we will have to be adjusting. I do want to make a quick announcement that we didn't make this morning because actually we just found out of the governor's executive order that talks about face masks. So I believe until June 4th, all entities in the state will need to be not wearing face masks after the 4th, but those of us who have a face mask order because of our Board of Trustees will have until June 4th. And just so you know, because parents who are attending, we will continue to honor wearing our face masks in district until the 4th of June. And then after that, it's going to have to be at the comfort level of individuals. So we did not make that announcement this morning because we had not learned about the governor's executive order. And so at that point, it's going to be left up to the individual, especially if they're an entity with the state, and the local school districts fall into that category. So with that being said, I'm going to continue with other announcements. You all should have received a graduation and campus award ceremony SMORE letter that was sent out to you. And I see that our Director of Technology, Mr. Horacio Hernandez, is clicking on that. You'll see that all of our graduation, all of our special ceremonies, we got each one of our schools to list them so that you would have them in case you have children in different schools. It kind of helps you organize a little bit better. And, one of the things that we want to make sure is that we have a graduation full of graduates. So we want to remind you to please make sure that if you have a son or daughter graduating or expected to graduate, that they keep up with the makeup of their hours. So that is a reminder for parents of senior students. We also know that while we do have some students graduating, we want some students to return. Well, we want all of our students to return, right? But we also want to make sure that we bring on board any students who are 3, 4, years old, 5 years old. We want to make sure that you know that registration is underway. So you will also see the link for registration. It's important that you help us spread the word, let folks know. Every student, whether new or returning, must go through our registration process. I think as of yesterday's numbers, we had about 1,420. We would love to have the almost 3,200 students already completed. And what that does is it helps us better plan and prepare. So please make sure that you register your children if they are returning and invite others to do so to join the San Isidro Independent School District. We also have some important dates. We have STAR testing taking place, and I know that each individual campus is sending out that information. We see that on the screen as well. Pay attention to making sure that the kids are well fed, rested, and while we know and not all of us agree on state testing, whatever our opinions are, we are in Texas and we do test a lot. So for our district, what we're using that data for is to basically help us have a starting point to help intervene and better prepare our students. And so if you send your students in, they will be tested, and we want to make sure that we gather that information and are able to make the very best intervention decisions to help your children excel in our school district. Be aware that we do have a holiday coming up, May 31st. So that'll be a nice 3-day holiday weekend, I'm sorry. And the last day of school is June 3rd. So that is graduation day. We want to make sure, like we said, we want a full house of seniors, but graduation is on June 3rd. It's not going to be canceled. We are not going to change it. We are not going to have it any further. It will happen on June 3rd. We will be having social distancing guidelines and safety guidelines, both for employees and for students. We want to make sure that this event is a memorable one. And from what I understand from our Director of Technology, Mr. Horacio Hernandez, is that it is going to be streamed. So we will have 2 guests per graduate, but you are also welcome to invite family members to watch it online, and that information will be released as we get closer. And closer is pretty soon because it's about 11 days away, I believe. With that being said, we also have our regular Board of Trustees meeting, which is happening on June 9th, and that is at 5:30, and that's usually held every second Wednesday of the month. So June, it's going to be June 9th. And talking about wrapping up the year, here's the date for the first day of school, and the first day of school is scheduled for Monday, August 2nd. And I know that our technology director, Mr. Horacio, is putting that link on there. The calendar for next school year is up, and you see all of the different things happening there. This is a good time to get familiar with that calendar, especially since vacation time is listed. And with that being said, I would like to hand it over. Remember that we will have questions and answers at the end of the session, but I'd like to hand it back over to Ms. Santa Garcia, and she'll take us through the rest of the afternoon.
Okay, is everyone ready for the scavenger hunt? I'm going to ask for some items, and the first person that comes up with the item gets a prize.
Ms. Santa, just a reminder that they need to turn on their camera so we can see it.
Yes, parents, please turn on your camera so you can show us your items.
One more reminder. I know Floria sent me a text that maybe some parents that don't speak, they weren't able to attend Spanish and they want to participate. So I guess just translate that is la búsqueda de tesoro or something.
Okay, sí. Vamos a tener un juego, búsqueda de tesoros. Si por favor prenden sus cámaras porque necesitamos ver a la primera persona que encuentre el artículo que mencione, gana el premio. ¿Pueden prender sus cámaras? Are they on? I can't see. Yes? Does everyone have their cameras on?
Yes.
Okay. The first item, 3 stuffed animals. Not just one. It has to be 3. 3 monos de peluches. Tienen que ser 3, no nada más uno.
Yes, we have Miss Judith.
Okay. Winner, Miss Judith. Okay. The next item, a watermelon. It can be cut. It doesn't have to be a whole watermelon. Or it can be a toy. Una sandía. Puede ser entera o picada.
There is Miss Judith also.
Oh my goodness. Another wins again. Third item. A book with numbers. Tercer artículo. Un libro que contiene números. Book with numbers. Anyone?
Not yet.
They're looking, Miss Davis.
Is
Miss
David got it?
Manuela Davis showed a binder. I don't know if that counts.
That's fine. Yes, Davis. Okay, the fourth item. Something that makes noise. El cuarto artículo. Algo que hace ruido.
There you go. Miss Manuela Davis got the phone, so that definitely makes us noise.
Yes, definitely. Okay, la última. The last one. A hat. El último, gorro o sombrero.
There you go, Miss Judith.
Miss Judith. Okay, you got those, Miss Apodaca? Okay. Eso es todo that's it for the scavenger hunt. Next, Mr. Horacio with the lottery game.
Okay. All right, Miss parents, welcome. Good afternoon. Now we're gonna transition into playing Loteria. For those of you who hasn't seen it, that's a very common Mexican bingo game. So we'll see if we can get this going. Yes, I got it. So Ms. Apodaca is assisting me with this procedure. Ms. Apodaca, do you want to mention who got what card?
Yes, I'm gonna mention, I only show 4 parents and if there's additional parent, let me know because I assigned the cards, the picture of the card que they're for the parents. Si hay otro papá o otra mamá que se registró, dígame Vic, porque ya asigné las tarjetas. Tengo a Miss Laura, Miss Davis, Miss Judith y Miss Shavira. ¿Hay otro papá? ¿Otra mamá?
Ms.
Ve-
Apodaca,
Se acaba de registrar.
Cedillo just joined and I have on the line Miss Maria Chavira.
Okay.
So parents, the way it works is while we get set up is that we have a card here with 20 different Loteria symbols, right? So Ms. Apodaca is gonna assign either 1 or 2 per person. And with my phone, I have an app that deals the cards. So the whole point is a process of elimination. So whoever gets the card call at the end, the one that last at the end that is the last one is the one that wins the prize. So if your card gets called in, then that means you've been eliminated. So it's the one that has the last card called. Okay.
I just finished assigning the numbers. Give me a second.
Horacio, did you want me to translate that in Spanish?
Sí. Yes, go for it.
Padres de familia, la manera que van a jugar este juego de lotería, Mr. Hernández tiene una aplicación que sortea las tarjetas, las van a llamar al azar, y entonces el ganador es la última persona que tenga una tarjeta. Si su tarjeta es llamada, es eliminada. La última persona que tenga la tarjeta todavía va a ser la ganadora.
Thank you, Ms. Haynes.
You're welcome.
Okay, gracias. Ahora voy a asignar, I'm going to assign the picture of the lottery card to a parent, and some of them is going to get like 4. Miss Laura Schuler is gonna get el camarón, el músico, la bota y la escalera. Okay. Miss Manuela Davis is gonna get la mano, la pera, la sirena y la sandía. Okay. And then I have next Judith. She's gonna get el corazón, el paraguas, la rana y la garza. And then I have Miss Belia Cedillo. She's gonna get the palma, el venado, la maceta, and la rosa. And Miss Maria Chavira is gonna get el nopal, el mundo, la luna, y la dama.
Okay, so with that said, let's get rolling. So if you all can see my screen, I have the app ready to go. I'll be dealing one by one, and as we go, Ms. Apodaca can identify the card that got called out, and then she's gonna, I guess, cross it over, and then eventually she'll let us know who's standing at the end. Okay, here we go.
Y se va con la calavera,
No
Okay.
tenemos calavera.
Okay,
la estrella,
No tenemos estrella.
el apache,
No apache.
el cantarito,
No tenemos
el
cantarito.
alacrán,
El alacrán tampoco.
el pino,
El tampoco pino.
el catrín,
No tenemos catrín.
el músico,
El músico sí lo tenemos y el músico sale por primera vez Laura.
la luna,
Tenemos luna. La luna sale por primera vez Miss María Chavira.
el sol,
No hay sol.
la araña,
No hay araña.
el melón,
No tenemos melón.
el violoncello,
No violoncello.
el borracho,
No borracho.
la bota,
La bota la tiene Laura. Sale otra vez Laura con la bota y le quedan dos
el
opciones.
negrito,
El negrito. No tenemos negrito.
la sandía,
Sandía sí tenemos y la sandía Miss Manuela Davis sale por primera vez.
la
Y tiene
palma,
dos opciones. La palma. Si tenemos palma, Miss Belia Cedillo sale una vez.
el pájaro,
El pájaro, no pájaro.
el cotorro,
No cotorro.
la maceta,
Si tenemos maceta, ¿dónde está la maceta? Miss Belia sale por segunda vez y le quedan dos opciones más.
el diablito,
El diablito, no tenemos diablito.
el caso,
No tenemos caso.
el árbol,
No tenemos árbol.
la mano,
Si tenemos mano, Miss Manuela Davis sale por segunda vez.
la corona,
No tenemos corona.
la escalera,
La escalera, sí tenemos escalera. Miss Laura sale otra vez por tercera vez y le queda una opción.
el soldado,
No hay soldado.
la muerte,
No hay muerte.
la bandera,
No hay bandera.
el venado,
El venado. El venado, el venado, el venado. ¿Quién tiene el venado? Belia. Sale Belia. Le queda
la chalupa,
no hay chalupa.
la pera,
La pera. Si tenemos pera, Miss Manuela Davis sale otra vez y le queda otra opción.
el mundo,
El mundo. Sale Miss María Chavira por segunda vez.
el barril,
El barril, no hay barril.
las jaras,
Las nojaras,
el gallo,
no gallo.
la sirena,
La sirena sale Manuela. y le queda, no, ya salió, ya no le queda opción.
El tambor.
El tambor, no hay tambor.
El paraguas.
El paraguas, sí. Miss Judith, sale Miss Judith y le quedan 3 opciones.
El bandolón.
No hay bandolón.
La botella.
No hay botella.
La rosa.
La rosa, sí.
La campana.
Miss Belia sale. Ay, se fue recio. La campana, no hay campana.
El pescado.
No hay pescado.
El nopal.
El nopal. María Shavira sale otra vez. Le queda otra opción.
La garza.
La garza. Miss Judith sale otra vez y le queda una opción, 2 opciones.
El gorrito.
El gorrito, no tenemos gorrito.
La rana.
La rana, sale Miss Judith. Y ya nomás le queda una opción a Miss Judith, a María y a Lara. Que queda
El arpa.
el arpa, no hay arpa.
El corazón.
El corazón, sale Miss Judith. Ya nomás quedan 2, el camarón y la dama.
El camarón.
El camarón, salió el camarón y luego se quedó con la dama, ganó la dama. Y la dama es Miss María Shavira.
El valiente. La dama. La dama.
And that's it.
And that's it.
Congratulations, parents, whoever Miss Chavira.
Todos los papás, they can come and pick up their gifts with Miss Flor tomorrow. You can give her a call and so you can pick up your gifts with her. Okay. Mañana los que agarraron sus premios pueden hablarle a Miss Flor para recoger sus premios. Mil gracias. Adelante, Santa.
Sorry, I forgot to unmute myself. Okay, at this time, Dr. Mesa Chavez, for any questions, parents, if you have any questions on the information given to you at the beginning, you can make your questions on the chat.
I think it was Miss Montaño's performance after.
Do we do her first?
Yes, that's correct. So we'll
Yes.
have Horacio play the clip from Miss Montaño's students at Zambrano.
Okay. That was Ms. Montaño's class from Zambrano student. Yay. And next, this time, Dr. Mesa Chavez, see if any parents have any questions.
So this is the time, any parents, if you have questions or comments, or if you would like to type the information into the chat, we'll read that information out. I know that we are approaching including our Progressing Together for this year, but that doesn't mean that we're not going to invite you back for just one more meeting. We've actually received some monies from the federal government, and we are going to be asking Ms. Flora to have one more meeting. It's going to take no more than 45 minutes. So we'll be having her send out that information, and it has to do with our ESSER grant funds that were received. We want to make sure that we get your input from parents as well as community. So we would like to open it up to questions. I do see some coming in through the chat, so I'll start addressing those. I believe Mr. Horacio is opening up the mics as well. The question is from Ms. Davis. What's the plan for on-campus instruction for next year? Same as this year. Well, right now, I don't have a specific answer, but we're planning for both. We're waiting to hear from the Texas Education Agency on what they're going to allow in terms of funding. If it comes to virtual, I know that our district did apply for a virtual opportunity for secondary. Our plan, we want all of our students back in person. And so at the beginning of the meeting, I asked for parents to hurry up and register their children, because that's going to help us with our planning. Our first option as educators, all of us here will let you know that in-person instruction is what we're aiming for, but we also know, and we've discovered, that some parents want to continue with online learning. It's just going to depend on what TA indicates. As of now, we have not heard any specifics from them. I anticipate that once the legislative session is over, we'll have a clearer picture. On our end, it'll help us if parents register children. There is, I believe, a link or information where they need to tell us if they are opting for their children to continue online or to come in person. That's going to allow us to not necessarily move back to the new normal, but develop a future normal. And it'll start by, identifying which kids are going to be in person so that we can staff our teachers accordingly. So right now we're planning for both. We just have to wait to see what TA is going to allow. So I hope, Ms. Davis, this answers a little bit of your question. We don't have the specific clarity we would like, but we absolutely are seeking and planning until we hear otherwise. Anybody else? Any questions or comments? We are, I know the question is coming from Judith. If we choose in person, will we later have the option to change it? We want to continue with honoring the placement that we have for students. So that may require that you moved into an online setting as opposed to remaining with that in-person class. And simply that'll just add some sanity. I know what we're trying to do is to have pure classes of either in person and pure classes online, and that's just so that we can staff our teachers better. So if you begin in an in-person setting and then choose to want to move online, then you're probably going to be moved, the child is probably going to be moved into an online setting, and not necessarily, for instance, if they're in third grade, they'll be moved out of their third grade class. Like I said, it's been difficult for our teachers to try to do both. And so that's why we're asking parents to tell us early on so that we can staff appropriately. And that is to add some sanity to a very tough year. And that's one of the commitments that we are trying to honor and keep as best as we can, although our teachers do know that they may have some sections where they might have a mix as well. So we're trying to do our best. So the option is there for now. Thank you, Ms. Davis. Thank you. And Ms. Judith, let us know if that answered your question. Any other questions or comments? You're welcome to use the mic as well. We'd like to hear some beautiful voices from our parents, our community joining us. All right, you are very welcome, Ms. Judith. I don't want you to let us off that easy. There's questions that you may have. And I don't know if there's any information from any of our colleagues while parents are thinking of questions that you might want to share. I'll start up at the top. Ms. Frescas, do you have any information you'd like to share with our parents?
I would just like to remind everyone, for those of you who have little ones that might be starting with us next year, we hope that you consider our dual language classes. which will be for next year will be in pre-K, kinder, first and second grades. So we're adding on to our current dual language program, and we're very excited about that. So we hope that you consider allowing your students to be part of that learning community, which will be fantastic for them to grow up to be fully bilingual, biliterate. That's about it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Frescas. Thank you so much. I'd like to, Ms. Santa, do you have any announcements you'd like to share?
Well, I would just like to thank the parents, the community, for all their support and for joining us during these meetings, for staying informed, which helps their child's education. Just to inform them, this is my 22nd year with the district. I have enjoyed working here. It's my second home, my second family, but it's time to retire. So if there's anyone out there that is interested in my position, it's going to be open. And I just, like I said, I just want to thank the community and the parents.
Thank you, Ms. Santa. Let's sending, yes, hearts and applause and love. What a way to help recruit, Ms. Santa. I'll take that hug. Thank you so much. You're going to leave big shoes to fill because you've done an awesome job for us, and we're so thankful for your service to the district. But you heard Ms. Santa. If there's anyone out there who's up for the challenge, you're welcome to apply. You know, you've done great work for us, Ms. Santa, and we appreciate you. And we know you're not going too far, so we know where you live and we know your number. How's that?
Thank you.
All right. Ms. B, do you have any announcements for our parents?
My announcements only is as to stay tuned, because next after this meeting, we're gonna have the federally funded programs. Public meeting review is gonna be short, so yes, stay with us.
All right. Sir Horacio, do you have anything on the technology front?
No, thank you very much. Just some of the questions that we got in the morning is if the hotspot will be available, and that's the plan. So until we hear otherwise from TEA, those are still gonna be available. So just an update on that.
Very good. Ms. Nora Garcia, do you have any announcements for our parents?
Yes, ma'am. First of all, I want to tell Ms. Santa, thank you so much for always bringing your heart with you. For 22 years, that's what you've done, and you've been wonderful. It's such a blessing to have worked with you these years. We would like to invite our parents to stay tuned for all our end of year ceremonies that are coming, that we'll be having at Alarcón Elementary. And I would like to thank them for partnering with us to making sure that their students are coming to take the STAR test, and that they make sure that their kids get a good night's sleep and they're ready to come take the test and do well. So thank you for partnering with us to Let's Finish Strong.
Fantastic. Thank you, Ms. Garcia. Ms. Haynes?
Make sure I unmute before I start talking. I just want to thank all the parents really for all of their support. I always like to tell our parents that we have terrific kids because we have terrific parents, and I just believe that with all my heart. Also, just please stay tuned for the announcements for the upcoming award ceremonies. And also, as it was stated on that newsletter, you know, the pickup times for the trophies and the awards that we'll be having also. I believe for us it's June 2nd, and we will give you the times that's forthcoming. But you know, just I want to thank everybody in this panel because we are who we are because of everybody here and because of our wonderful parents and our terrific students. So have an awesome rest of the year, and we can't wait to see you all next year. I can't wait to see more kids next year, so I'm excited.
Absolutely. That's the goal, Ms. Haynes. Send us all the students. We have been open and we're going to stay open. So who else do I have left? I have Ms. Sandra Sanchez. Do you have any announcements from the CTE front?
Yes, I do. I want to go ahead and invite all the parents to our CTE summer camp to get to know the San Elizario High School programs that we have available. And we look forward to seeing all your children in person, getting that first hand, hands-on that they need to explore all of these careers. So we hope to see them in the summer camp. Thank you.
So my phone is ringing and I didn't want to hang up on the person. So maybe they'll leave a message here. With that being stated, I also want to give an opportunity. Who are we missing? Miss Amanda Sanchez. Any announcements on your end? Is Miss Amanda? She may have stepped away from her computer, but I'm going to read some comments off of the chat. Congratulations to Miss Santa. You are going to be missed and enjoy your retirement. So very well deserved, Miss Santa. For Miss Judith, thank you for all the organization and safety measures during the STAR testing. Absolutely. Our teams all work really hard and they test things out beforehand and seek opinions. And so together they make it a safer place for all students and any guests visiting. If there are no other comments or questions, I see Miss Amanda. Miss Amanda, do you have announcements? Any announcements you want to share? Okay.
No, ma'am,
We
I
also
don't have
have-
any announcements.
Thank
We
you.
also have Michelle Villa from Zambrano here with us.
There we go. She's not appearing on my screen, but Ms. Villa, do you have announcements you'd like to share?
Just to let the parents know, thank you so much for your support this year. It's been a really interesting and challenging year, but we have met the challenge, I think, and we've all been here together. So thank you, parents, for all your support. We appreciate it, and we're looking forward to next year.
Absolutely. Thank you, Ms. Villa. Appreciate that. You've heard it from our staff. We've shared some announcements. We've shared that we want our students back. We'd like to take this time to thank you once again. Remember that this is your space. We will continue with progressing together because that is a goal for all of us to continue to plan so our community, our parents, our students and staff all move forward in an upward direction. We will see you again next year when we begin our progressing together, but more than likely you're going to be receiving some announcements during the summer from us. Please remember to help us spread the word. But I don't want to forget to also add Dr. Rogelio Segovia. I know he's got some questions. Maybe he can mention something about our early college high school. So just one more announcement. Dr. Segovia?
Thank you, Dr. Ms. Chavez. Before anything, Santa, we spoke here in my office when you came to tell me, and I'm excited for you. You enjoy your retirement. You send your postcards from Cancun, because I'm sure you're going to have a lot of fun over there. Like I told you here in person, I can't imagine GEMS without you. So I guess I'm going to have to kind of rewire my brain. So thank you for all your service and everything you've done for our kids and for our community and for me directly. Thank you, Santa. The other thing,
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, parents, for always joining us, for always coming to these sessions to keep yourself informed. Please continue to do that. Two things. I know that we already talked about online registration. It's open. Please don't forget to do that. We need the information to prepare for next school year. And we're also wanting to ensure that our 3-year-olds, our 4-year-olds, and kindergartners, those that are going to be 3, 4, and eligible for kinder, if you have them at home, register them. If you have some neighbor that has a 3, 4, or kindergarten age student, tell them to register in our schools. We do need them. We do need them in our schools. So we just a little plug for that. The other thing is we're excited about the early college high school. We met with those 63 students, Dr. Ms. Chavez, Ms. Marioni, and the entire team met with, and Dean Villalobos and Dean Badillo from ECC, met with those families to congratulate them. So we'll be having those 63 students start their journey into having both being enrolled in as freshmen, enrolled in high school and college at the same time. So it's going to be exciting. So 63 students are going to be enrolled. So a lot of things happening in our district, very positive things, and we're excited about it. And we couldn't do it without the support of our parents. So thank you all very much. Thank you, Dr. Mr. Chavez.
Thank you. So there you have it. You have announcements. We do appreciate everyone San Elizario team, thank you for being the backbone of this project, everybody in front of the cameras. And behind, we do always have our technology team. So Horacio, thank you for secretly laughing at us and then blatantly laughing at us and then helping us enjoy technology, because we've done so many magical things with our students and connected with our parents in such different ways. To our parents, thank you. Remember, this is your space, and we will see you next time. Wishing you a great afternoon. Thank you.
Yes, stay with us for the next presentation of public meeting. Thank you, parents.
Ms. Apodaca, I know that Horacio and I have a 2 o'clock in a separate, so we won't be able to stay. So
Okay.
Dr. Segovia, if you'll step in for me on the section where she has me speak. Team, thank you. That's a wrap for Progressing Together. We appreciate everyone.
Thank you, Dr. Mesa.
Thank you.
At this moment, I'm going to share the presentation and introduce our directors that are going to help with the presentation. Thank you, Horacio, for your help. Appreciate it.
Ms. Apodaca, I need to join them at the meeting as well.
Okay, that's fine.
Thank you.
It doesn't let me share. Okay, there it is. Okay, let me know if you can see it. Can you all see the presentation?
Yes.
Segovia, okay, perfect. This is, this is Ms. Apodaca, I'm Beatriz Apodaca, I'm the Federal Special Programs Coordinator. And we have to have a public meeting every year to let you know how we spend the money, so how are we planning for each of the programs. At this time, I would like to introduce Ms. Susie Frescas, which is the bilingual coordinator for our district. As well, Ms. Amanda Sanchez, which is the special education director. And then Ms. Sandra Sanchez, coordinator of career and technology. Each one of them are gonna speak on their behalf of their programs. So I'm gonna start with Title I, Part 8. If you have any questions, put them in the chat for us while we do the presentation. At the end of the presentation, you can ask any questions, unmute yourself and ask any questions that you have. Thank you. I'm gonna start. This is a brief agenda for the programs that I told you we're gonna talk about. This is Title I, Part 8, Title I, Part C, which is migrant, Title I, Part C, Perkin, which is career and technical education, Title II, Part A, supporting effective instruction, Title III, English language acquisition, Title IV, support students in academic enrichment, special education grant with IDEA B formula and IDEA B preschool. And then in the absence of Dr. Mesa, Dr. Segovia will be there for some general information at the end or any other questions that you have. To start with Title I, Part A, the Title I, Part A provides, the purpose is to provide supplemental resources, resources for all the schools, which all the schools are school-wide, and provide high quality education. The intent of the beneficiary of the programs are the students who experience difficulties mastering the state challenge academic standards. So this program help them with that as well. What are the allowable uses of funds? Most of the funds that we use are supplemental, which means they're additional what the state and local provide, is to expend for programs, activities, and strategies that are scientifically research-based. And also the state requires us to do reservations from the top of the whole funding. So this past year, this is the reservations that we did, which is they require district parent involvement. We did 3%, preschool programs, administrator of Title I programs, district professional development activities, services for homeless students, and for foster care. And also, this is a total reservation before we do distribution to campuses. Now I'm gonna pass to my next slide. This is a proposed expenditure for the 21-22. The way we base it is we have object codes here. This object code is for payroll cost, and we try to base it on prior year. And I put 3 years so you all can see the comparison on funding and how we do it. Is increasing or is going down. This is a total amount that we got in 2019-20, which is 2,012,406. This year, current year that we're about to finish, 2,024,572. So we're planning about the same thing. On payroll, we had 26 full-time equivalents, and this is how much we spent last year. So we estimated about the same. Professional contractor service, you're gonna see a difference from this year and what we're planning, because we're planning about how much we actually spent this year. What happened, professional contractor service, a lot of the trainings, now that we're virtual, so you see more monies here. Supplies and materials, a little bit of increase because that's where they get all the supplemental materials for any of the core subjects at the campuses, plus can be computers or any technology devices. And then other operating costs, you can see how it is going to decrease a lot. This one was before set it for when teachers need to go to training at Region 19 or maybe out of town, but within the state of Texas. And then, of course, the requirement of the indirect costs across the board. So we haven't received the monies, how much we're going to get for the program. So we always like to estimate and put the proposed expenditure similar to what we did this year. Now I'm going to pass on to the migrant Title I Part C, which is the migratory children's. And the intended purpose of this program is to address the unique educational needs of the migrant children's and ensure that migratory children who move among the state get the same curriculum that the state requires, and they don't have any problems graduating, and we'll be able to assist them. We'll also ensure that the migratory children receive a full and appropriate opportunities to meet the state challenged academic standards. The beneficiaries of the program are migratory children from 0 to 21 and the families. We also assist in the families. The allowable expenditures is the state required to have identification and recruitment. And we have our recruitment, which is Ms. Linda Vargas, and also to have activities and service that align with the results of the state comprehensive need assessment to be able to support the needs of our students. And we also must first, on the migrant funds, meet the identified needs of all our children. And also the unique needs of the students and service available that are not available with other federal, state or local funds, which is the non-federal. And this is a plan. And more, we're getting less monies because there's less migrant families, there's less fields. So it's not only in our district, it's all the districts and also at the state level. As you can see, 1920, we were getting 46,748. This year, current year, only were 25,744. The only FT is Ms. Vargas. So this year we had to split funder, and the monies that we have here or any supplies, that's what we were able to use for students. So we don't have a lot of funds for that program, but we still need to meet all those requirements. Now I'm gonna pass it on to Ms. Sandra Sanchez. She's gonna talk to you about career and technology and about that grant as well. Ms. Sanchez.
Good afternoon. The intent and purpose of our career and technical education programs are to develop a more fully academic knowledge and technical and employability skills for the secondary education. This is a great opportunity for our students to be able to get certifications and update their programs. And the intended program beneficiaries are students in the middle grades and up to the high school level that who express the interest in exploring various career opportunities and who wish to follow one of the ELA provided career pathways or programs of study. Allowable use of funds. Carl Perkins funds shall be used to provide CTE programs to develop academic knowledge and technical employability skills. support CTE programs in size, scope, quality, provide career exploration and career development activities, provide professional development and wide variety of CTE professionals. And this includes, bringing in professionals from the industry into the classroom, and also providing the students the opportunity to pursue high skill, high wage, and in-demand industry sectors and occupations. We want to support integration of academic skills into our CTE programs and plan and carry out elements that support implementation of CTE programs and programs of study as a result of increased student achievement. The development and implement of evaluations of activities funded by Perkins, and we do a yearly, comprehensive local needs assessment for our programs.
Can you see the next slide?
No.
There. There?
Yes. So as you can see in these columns, we have the 2019-2020, which was the prior year. And we had 10,000 in 2019-2020 for supplies and material, 38,193 in other operating costs, 15,000, and indirect costs, 1,473, which was budgeted at 64,666. Last year this current year, we had 17,500. Again, we increased this area due to having more online training, professional development, and we also increased our nurse supplies to 51,333 because due to COVID, we had to provide more computers for our students with our actual programs for each program of study. And then we had 24,430 on indirect costs, totaling 73,261. For next year, 2021, 2022, we pretty much have the same expectation to where it's going to be the same at 73, but we are increasing. Right here where it says 4,430 should be 24,430, but that is correct. It equals 73,261.
Thank you so much, Ms. Sanchez. I appreciate that. And right, that's a typo. It's probably my finger slide, and I didn't put the 2, but yeah, it should be 24.
No worries. I just noticed it myself. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And we're going to pass it on now to, I'm going to continue with Title II, Part A. And Title II, Part A is for supported effective instruction. The purpose of this grant is to increase student achievement consistent with the challenged academic standards and improve quality and effectiveness of teachers and other school leaders as well. And increase the number of teachers and principals and leaders who are effective in improving students' academic achievement in the schools. The beneficiaries for this program are the teachers, the principals, and the school leaders. Some of the important level uses of funds is to implementing initiatives to assist recruiting and hire and retain effective teachers in high needs schools, and also recruiting qualified individuals from other fields to become teachers and principals or other school leaders as well. And also provide high quality, personalized professional development that is evidence-based, and develop programs and activities that increase the ability of teachers effectively teach children with disabilities, including children with significant cognitive disabilities and English learners. And also providing programs and activities to increase the knowledge base of teachers, principals, and other school leaders of instruction in the early grades, and strategies to measure whether the young children through the age of 8 are progressing We also have to provide training, technical assistance, capacity building to assist teachers and principals and other school leaders as well. Well, another of the, and I'm going to read all of them because it's long, but another one that is really highlights is the developing of providing professional development and other comprehensive systems to support, promote high quality instruction and instructional leadership, science, technology, engineer, and mathematics, which is the STEM subject. With this grant, you see 2019, 2020, we have all the object codes that we use. Most of the money for that year goes directly to 2 FTEs, which is two full-time equivalents. And those are 2 instructional officers that we have in our district. They're the ones that provide the trainings and other instruction to all the campuses. As you see, that year, 1920 was only that and indirect costs, and it was only 188,818 budgeted. This current year, they give us a little bit more money. So we were able to budget for the 2 FTEs, some professional development webinars, and also supplies and material to continue providing the professional development to have the technology that we needed to have, and also other operating costs as well. So as you see, it's very similar. We're planning to have, unless something change, once if we get any additional, we were less, we have to adjust. But this is a proposed expenditure for the coming year. I'm going to pass it on to Ms. Frescas. So she's going to go over Title 3, Part A. Ms. Frescas, are you available?
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Digging into the Title III Part A, this is for English language learners. So the intended purpose is to provide supplemental resources to help ensure that children who are English learners, and that is including immigrant children and youth, attain English proficiency at high levels in all academic subjects and can meet the same challenging state academic standards that all children are expected to meet. So the intended program beneficiaries, as I mentioned, are English learners. These are students that are participating in bilingual and ESL programs. And the intended program beneficiaries are the English learners, like I said, which includes the immigrant children. So allowable use of funds. These are for materials, programs, it could be staff development, training, materials, anything that is going to help or assist in the classes for these children learning English, and not just for the children, but for the adults, for the professionals that are providing services for these English learners. So here is a description of the budgets. As you can see, in 2019, 2020, we were provided a little over $182,000. And then the following year, which was this year that we're in, the funds went down just a bit to $173,887. Most of the money in Title III funds does go into supplies and materials. As I mentioned, these supplies can be anything to help or supplement the learning of our English learners. The proposed budget for next year looks about the same. So we're not really looking at much change there.
Thank you, Ms. Frescas.
Thank you
for your time. Next, I'm going to go over Title IV briefly. Title IV Part A is a support academic enrichment program. Usually for the past year, this program, the state let us roll it over to Title I because it's very mirror image. But this program is to provide all students with access to a well-rounded education, improve school conditions for students learning, and improve the use of technology in order to enhance academic outcomes and digital literacy of the students. The beneficiaries of the program are the local education agency that receive Title I funds. So we benefit with this program to assist and provide more supplemental materials to our students. The allowable funds and how we can use them is to have a well-rounded education, health and safety school environment, and effective use of data and technology in our campuses. The 2019-20, we received 151,392. Like you see, most of the funds went to supplies and materials, and a little bit on professional contractor service for any meetings that they have or anything that they needed to do for the program. This current year, the same thing. Most of the materials went for supplies, anything supplemental to assist the campuses, and then professional contractor service for any trainings that they needed to do, either virtual or their other planning trainings contracts for the district. This coming year, we're planning about the same. And the only thing I went by actual expenditures is what they changed. You see, most of the need was in supplies and materials. So we're gonna keep it with that unless there's any additional monies and we need to revisit and do that as well. Okay. Now I'm gonna pass it on to Miss Amanda Sanchez, which is the Director of Special Ed, to briefly go on over her program. Amanda, are you there available?
I'm right here. Good
Awesome.
afternoon. Special education is a program that is free of charge, offered to students who have a wide range of disabilities, and it offers instructional and related services that are specially designed to meet their needs. Can you go on to the next slide for me?
Sure.
Okay. The allowable activities under this program are anything that's supplementary to what the general education program already provides, and the district is required to maintain maintenance of effort to ensure that we're not decreasing the amount of funds that are being offered to students with disabilities. The budget that we receive is all dedicated to funding special education teachers and special education paraprofessionals. So we have it allotted for 10 special ed teachers and 6 special education paraprofessionals. And the budget that we received for the 2021 school year was $631,000, and we're anticipating about the same amount for next school year. As far as the preschool funding, we do fund half a paraprofessional with that, and we receive about $7,895 in that grant. Not quite half professional, but nonetheless, it all goes to payroll.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sure, huh? Well, now we go to any questions that the parents can have for us. Here I have the information for the coordinators and the directors of the programs, so you can reach out to them. At this point, I'm gonna stop sharing the presentation so we can answer any questions you have.
I think we have one lone parent, so I don't know.
I know.
And
I couldn't see.
Yeah,
Miss Davis, I know. Miss Davis, do you have any question for us?
I do, but I'm driving, so I don't know if you guys can hear me.
We can hear you. Just be very careful, please.
Yeah, no, I'm not watching the screen or anything. I have you guys on the radio. No, my only, I guess, comment was that I stayed for the meeting because I wasn't really sure what was part of the program or who was eligible for the program. I know I got a letter for my kiddos, and I don't think we like qualify for it. So that's why I stayed for the meeting. I know when I was a student, I was part of the program because my parents were they both worked on the fields. So I was part of the program with them, but I wasn't sure how it worked as far as my kids and myself as a parent. I don't know if we qualified for the program.
Okay, Miss David, you're talking about the migrant program because you used to work in the fields. That's what you said?
Yes, correct.
Okay, we have a migrant recruiter. There's a form, and she can do a phone call or a home visit, because there's a form that we follow by the state that we need to see if you and the kids qualify for the program. It's mostly the students. Once you qualify, then we could provide the assistance that the kids need. That the migrant program will provide for them. Also, yes, remember, sometimes the kids are not only migrant, they can be bilingual, they can have others, so we can assist them in different areas with the different programs that we have in our district. We also have kids that are migrant and they're GT. We have kids that, you know, that also are in high school and they are getting career in technology, or they're ESL or bilingual. So all these programs is strictly for those students to assist them. So yes, I'm gonna write your name, and then you can give me a call, or Miss Linda Vargas and Miss Apodaca, and then I can schedule for her to do either a virtual meeting, so you can answer all the questions that we need to follow for the qualification of the program. Okay?
Okay. Okay, that sounds very good. Thank you so much.
No, thank you. You have any other questions for any of the directors? Take advantage now. We are all for you. Parents left us.
No, that was my main question, I guess, like the qualifications or the requirements to be part of the program.
Okay, perfect.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ms. Davis. Have a nice afternoon and stay safe.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. You too. Have a good afternoon.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye. Well, thank you all for being part of this meeting. At least we have one parent that was left and we were able to provide information. This is our requirement that we have to do a public meeting, and I guess Susie had a great idea to combine it with Progressing Together, because probably we have done it separate, we would have less parents. So I appreciate the input from everybody, and let's keep working together, right?
Thank you, Miss. Thank you, Miss Apodaca. Great job. Great job. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank
Have
you,
a good
everyone.
afternoon.
Good
Thanks.
afternoon. Bye-bye.